So I recently met a friend who works for the same company as I do and pretty much earns the same salary that I do. Now, I bought my personal home years ago, and I've also built a portfolio of rental properties and some investments. And while we were talking, our conversations went to living in your own house versus living in a rental property. And my friend made a startling comment. He said, "How can you afford to buy your own home in our salary?" That our salary is an above median six-figure salary. Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Sharan Amit here. In this channel, we talk about personal finance, innovative companies, and even world economy. So today, we are tackling a financial shocker. Why so many high earners are living paycheck to paycheck? You might think that having a big salary equals financial freedom in life, but you'll be surprised to know that so many of people earning very good salary are still living on the financial edge. According to a study by SoFi, nearly 1 in 5 Americans with very good high six-figure salaries live paycheck to paycheck. That's still a massive chunk of population living paycheck to paycheck, even if they bring such good salary home. So what really is going on? Let's dive into 7 common reasons why high income earners get into this cycle. And one of the reasons may even surprise you. It leads to a drop of 45% in your living standards. But let's start with the reason that almost all of us are guilty of: lifestyle inflation. Imagine Sarah. She is a young marketing director who just landed her dream job, which got her a big fat salary, six-figure salary. So what does she do? Suddenly, night out become very frequent. Her wardrobe gets a makeover, and the weekend getaways start becoming more and more luxurious. It can feel amazing, but what has she essentially done? She has increased her expenses to match the new higher level of earning that she is getting now. Result, no savings. So what can you do to avoid lifestyle inflation? Very first, start tracking your spending, preferably before getting any raise or moving to a new job. Track your spending for a few months. Establish that baseline. So now you know where your money was going before this raise. Post raise, you have to do a comparison and ensure that you are not changing or deviating from this baseline too much. Next, automate your savings. Savings which should typically be based on percentages of your income. These savings should be automatic. Have you heard of the term pay yourself first? That simply means that when you get your salary, you should first put money towards your investments and savings. Put money in your 401k, put money in your stock market investing and what other investments you have. Then whatever is left is the only money that you can spend. That way you're protecting savings and investments, prioritizing savings and investment. And make sure you know the difference between needs and wants. See, you can avoid lifestyle creep by prioritizing your needs like housing, transport, food, and other essential bills. Before you move on to your needs like luxurious vacation or buying costly items, you should first prioritize building a good savings safety net. The next reason high earners struggle is the pressure to keep up with the Jonases. Social media bombards us with images of seemingly perfect lives. We see our friends going on extravagant vacations. Everyone is driving a Tesla. We feel the pressure to keep up. This can often lead to unnecessary spending just to project a certain image. Avoid the temptation. Here's what I suggest. Practice gratitude. Focus on what you already have. Be thankful for that. Focus on experiences and not necessarily buying things to give you a high. Curate your social media. There are buttons which can silent notification, unfriend people. Manage in such a way that if certain accounts seem troubling to you, they make you anxious, you don't get a lot of notifications from those accounts. And then focus on your own goals. What is it that you want? Don't let others define you. Their appearances should not define what you need to feel successful. Define your own accomplishments. Another reason where it almost feels like it's outside of our hands, that even if we are a high earner, we cannot control our expenses, is if our cost of living is very high. See, locations matter a lot. Somebody making a median average six-figure but staying in San Francisco may still struggle in his life because money is simply not enough for housing and other expenses. Sometimes I understand that you're forced to live in a high-cost city because of job and other reasons. But so often I see that folks don't even want to move out of a city that they've stayed in for some time. That may be a financial mistake. You may need to toughen up and be ready to move. Do the right thing for your family's financial future. But if you think you simply can't move, here are some other options. Negotiate your salary. Make sure you are being paid according to the area that you are living and working in. Look at the studies out there. What is the average pay for your kind of job in that area? Make sure you are getting paid that. Use data to negotiate with your boss. Consider a roommate or even downsizing. Look at your living options. Can you get somebody to come in and co-live with you? Or can you move to a slightly different area in the same city, which will be probably cheaper? And then finally, be aware and budget for those location-specific expenses. If transportation is higher in that area or food is high cost in that area, make sure you're planning for it, setting money aside so that it's not impacting your savings. Of course, the biggest thing to watch is that situation which can cause a drop of 45% in your financial well-being. That's one of the upcoming reasons that I'm going to talk about. But the next one here is something which is common across high earners as well as low income earners. Lack of financial literacy. Many high earners simply don't have the financial literacy, the knowledge to manage their money properly. They might not know how to budget, how to invest, or how even to negotiate their salary properly. You won't even believe how common this is. Again, I'll give example of my friends. Most of them are high earning professionals. But when I talk to them about money and finances, I realize that they lack most basic knowledge about that. They're often taken advantage of and end up doing terrible investments. But if this is you, don't despair. First thing you can do is to educate yourself. There are countless resources available online, or if you prefer, you can go to library, or there are books which can educate you on money, investing, or personal finance. Don't shy away from seeking professional help. If you think you need it, it's better to have a personal finance expert in your corner who can create a customized plan for you, and then all you need to do is to stick to that plan. And make sure you start small. Don't get overwhelmed. There are so many options, but you start learning small and then build on that knowledge as the time goes by. The next reason that keeps people poor is debt creep. See, even small, harmless debt balances like credit card balances can slowly add up. Just a few missed payments can quickly snowball into bigger credit card outstanding amounts. And then even with your high income, you end up devoting a significant portion of every paycheck for paying these credit cards. And the high interest rates on these credit cards, make sure that you stay on that hamster wheel. Make it a mission to get out of that debt. First thing you can do is to track your spending very carefully. Make it a habit to look at your credit card statements, bank account statements, and identify any charge that you don't recognize. There can be some subscription that you forgot about or some penalty that you're paying and you're not even aware of. And this is very important. Don't ever just pay the minimum, because when you're paying minimum on the credit card, those high interest rates keep adding up and your balance actually grows. So make a commitment that you'll be paying preferably the full amount, but if not the full amount, definitely much more than the minimum required. And if you have multiple loans, credit card loans on different cards, consider taking one debt consolidation loan, of course by carefully evaluating the terms. But that way it'll be visible, it'll be in one place, and you'll be able to tackle it by strategizing properly. Next is impulse purchases. We have all been there. We have all been guilty of this. That spontaneous online shopping spree, or that treat yourself expensive gadget that we buy. These impulsive purchases can really derail your financial goals if not kept in check. I have some basic rules that I follow to keep these impulsive purchases in check. This is the best one. Institute a waiting period. Before buying anything which is not completely essential, I just decide that I'm going to wait 24 hours. By doing that, most of these impulses, they cool off. By not hitting the buying button immediately, you'll realize that you'll save a lot of money. If you still need much more control, you can start using a cash-only system. Allocate cash that can be paid to buy a certain item. That way, again, just the mere act of paying by cash typically reduce expenses. And finally, focus on experiences, not possessions. There are various ways where you can create good memories for yourself and your family without spending a lot of money. There are a lot of free resources available from your town, county, and there are parks, there is natural beauty. Focus on those rather than buying expensive gadgets. And the last one is a very serious one. Divorce. Almost half the marriages in the United States end in a divorce. Divorce can be financially devastating, even for high income earners. The division of assets, alimony payments, and increased living expenses can create significant financial strain. The average cost of divorce is $15,000 per person, and it can go up to even $100,000 for complicated situations, such as child custody disputes. In a study of economic data from 2004 to 2014, women who divorced around 50 years of age saw a drop of up to 45% in their financial standard of living, while men saw a drop of average 21%. I sincerely hope that you never have to face divorce. But if it seems unavoidable, prepare. During divorce proceedings, it's very important to consult a qualified lawyer and a qualified financial advisor so that you can protect your financial interests. Divorce often means separate living arrangements like housing and other living expenses. So you have to start factoring those in when you plan for your post-divorce budgets. And then you may have to focus on rebuilding your financial security post-divorce. A divorce can be both emotionally and financially draining. focus on rebuilding your finances by very aggressively looking at budgeting, planning, and savings. Remember, you're not alone. Millions of high earners struggle with managing their money. By identifying the reasons that are holding you back and implementing some of the solutions that we discussed, you can actually break free from living paycheck to paycheck and build a very secured financial future. So what strategies have helped you manage your money as a high income earner? Please do comment and let us know below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more engaging discussions like this. Thanks for watching. Bye.